Hello, welcome to Game On, where times are tight, cuts are coming thick and fast. We've had to replace Johnny with cheap labour. Would you like a glass of water?
No, I'm all right. We'll have a brew if you're making one.
You speak English?
Yeah, I'm from the south coast.
Of England?
Yeah.
Bonus. Coming up.
Johnny's famous last word.
You happy going quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
Excellent. Johnny Knoxville talks to us about video games and tough times.
And that's how I broke my penis.
And we review Fable 3 and the new Star Wars game. Star Wars. You must have heard of Star Wars.
Mate, I'm English.
Oh, you're English. Yeah, right.
First, though, we all like a nice game of cops and robbers.
Kinky.
No, not kinky. Racing.
Sexy.
Need for Speed Hot Pursuit is set to breathe new life into the racing genre as the chase and race classic gets a modern makeover.
Johnny and I took a trip to take a look.
So Need for Speed Hot Pursuit has been in development for some time now, and it's finally very nearly here almost. So we've come to an undisclosed location to get into some seriously fast cars, get ourselves onto the track, seize the day.
You are
and
needed, Johnny.
Whoa, were you down there the whole time?
Yeah, I was holding the mic. We've got to get somebody to do it. The work
Okay.
experience kids left. The Stig needs you to drive very fast around a track with him.
The Stig Ben Collins now.
Yeah, very fast.
Very fast.
Yeah, in a Porsche.
I kind of need a wee.
No, time for a toilet break. Let's go. Cool. You good to go?
I am, yeah.
You happy going quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
Excellent. While Johnny caned it round the track with the Stig, I got to grips with the game itself. It is the most accomplished Need for Speed title yet. A super slick racer with an innovative chase and race multiplayer and unprecedented social networking integration thanks to the intuitive new Autolog system. Not that that was much help to Johnny, who was desperately trying to stop his own logs from going into auto.
That was all right. I wasn't actually expecting that much force, kind of going through the turns and things. See, I think he thought I was going to puke on the dashboard, if I'm honest.
So how are you feeling now?
Awful.
Still awful?
Yeah.
Probably shouldn't have had that banoffee pie then that I saw.
In retrospect, it was a mistake. Yes.
It was, yeah. How are your legs feeling?
Well, I am standing up.
Yeah, pretty much all you're capable of doing, I imagine.
I'm not feeling great yet.
Being green. Anyway, the game's good. I had a chance. I was able to look at a screen. Out on November the 19th, if you want to get your hands on it, if you like what you saw here, you should probably go for a lie down.
Probably was.
Are you gonna? No? Are you? Go for a lie down. Yeah. I don't like dogs, but if I had a dog, I would definitely call it the Force.
The Force?
The Force.
Weird name for a dog, though, isn't it?
Well, a little bit weird, but if you think about it, every time I needed something fetched, I could...
Use the Force.
Use the Force, exactly. I could feel the Force whenever I wanted to.
Stroke the Force.
Every time I gave my dog to somebody, I could say...
May the Force be with you.
Brilliant, you're onto it. And every time I let my dog off the lead, it would be the Force... Wow, that was a long intro for a short review, but yes, LucasArts' big-budget Star Wars franchise, The Force Unleashed, is back with a second Buzz of the Saber, predictably titled...
The Force Unleashed 2.
You are still haunted by visions.
Yes, Master.
They are the memories of a dead man, a side effect of the cloning process.
Why is this happening to me?
The accelerated cloning process is still imperfect.
After a lukewarm reception for the first game that was generally seen as a great idea averagely executed, this was a real chance for LucasArts to realise the potential of the franchise.
The good news is, with the gameplay, for the most part, they've done that. TFU2 is so much smoother and slicker to play than the slightly clunky first game, and allows you to enjoy the incredible artwork, beautiful scenery, music and production values without getting distracted and frustrated by awkward movements and controls.
Other good ideas from the first game that weren't quite pulled off really come into their own in this title.
The force throw targeting, where you're able to pick up things and people and stuff and throw them into other things and people and stuff, is so much more fluid and easy to use. And the double lightsaber combat is a massive improvement from the first game, giving you a real sense of power.
One fantastic addition is the Jedi mind trick power, whereby you cause stormtroopers to attack each other, leap to their death, or head to one of the many phone booths situated in the game and call the Samaritans.
Really? I didn't see phone booths?
It's a joke.
A joke about the Samaritans. Wow, that's a new low. Also worth mentioning is the frankly superb dismemberment.
Unlike the first game, this time the lightsaber really feels like a lightsaber, cutting through stormtroopers' necks like a hot knife through a stormtrooper's neck. Which means chunks of stormtroopers flying and lying about as you hack and slash your way around, and improves the whole experience no end.
There are other slightly less successful additions, an attempt to break up the admittedly repetitive gameplay with free-fall whacking stuff sections and running whacking stuff sections feels a bit hokey and pointless, although as the game goes on you're grateful for any break from the repetitive gameplay.
Also on the negative side, the new and improved gameplay features don't really make up for a disappointingly thin storyline and a surprisingly short game.
I don't believe it. No one can clone Jedi.
That's what you seek. Inside, you will find.
Bring her to me. He will follow.
While the production values throughout are first class, from original sweeping orchestral music to stunningly rendered new worlds and authentic Star Wars universe flourishes, the game isn't quite as big or satisfying as you hope when that opening text begins to scroll.
It is fun and Star Wars fans will go mental for moments of it, but this is not the fine-tuned Star Wars epic we've been waiting for.
Next up, making wandering around an art form, it's Fable III.
Hello, your lordship.
Sure is a beautiful day.
Fable III is a bit like Fallout for sleepy people. It's a role-playing game in which it's very difficult to die, and though you get a lot of choice, it colour-codes the impacts of the choices you make, directing you towards good or evil.
Kind of like the traffic light system on food packaging.
Kind of like that, yeah. Only totally different. There are no grey areas like in other RPGs, meaning it requires very little concentration to play through. Because of that, Fable 3 is a very reassuring experience, but it's more of a comforting journey than an edge-of-your-seat thrill ride.
Yippee!
Visuals are improved on the last, but still not exactly groundbreaking. The character models of the main cast and the diversity of the world, though, are enough to make up for it.
The voice acting is very strong, with some great notable characters, though Sir Ben Kingsley's Welsh is a bit ropey at points.
Yucky da.
I am Sabine, elder of the Dweller tribe.
So royalty walks into our home. A princess, no less. You're a long mile from the castle, princess. What do you think of our home, then?
The supporting cast are certainly enthusiastic in their voicing, for which they can't be blamed, though it does grate from time to time.
No need to get restless, sweetheart. Barry Hatch is here to take care of you. Fancy a quick jig?
The game gives you a lot of individual choice on your road to Kingdom, and if you fancy it, there's lots to explore. But at the same time, it does hold your hand a surprising amount. While it does blossom into a decent strategy game once you've assembled your army, you still spend much of the game following around what looks like a golden trail of urine. And with the potency of the combat system making you very difficult to defeat, you can sort of play Fable 3 on autopilot.
Overall, you get the sense it's the game Fable 2 should have been. A lot of the shortcomings of the last have been fixed, but overall it's quite a safe Fable title.
Lionhead have stuck to the formula and created an experience that Fable fans will doubtless adore, but won't be groundbreaking or daring enough to convert the masses.
How dare you turn against me?
And finally, the Jackass boys are in town promoting their new cinematic release, Jackass 3D. But of course, we don't care much for movies, so we asked them about a potential new video game and ended up talking about Johnny Knoxville's Privates.
Obviously.
Video games. You've got a video game out, but now there's all this motion sensor stuff. Surely you can come up with an awesome video game that's interactive and you can smack people.
Yeah, we're up for doing that if we can find the right company. It's been an issue with just trying to find the right.
Well, every time we start a movie, like the movie
takes
like 18 months to 2 years to turn a video game around, and we don't decide to do the movie until the last second. So by the time the movie would be out, we'd still be working on the video game. But we're looking. We did motion sensor stuff before. It's pretty fun. We just put a bunch of dots on Pontius and, wiggled it around a little.
That's almost a video game.
Yeah.
I think so.
Let's talk injuries. What was the worst that was sustained on this set?
Oh, on this set.
Oh, on this.
Why did you just point at Johnny's?
Well, I thought you were asking his worst injury because he broke his penis about 2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
That's a chronic injury now?
No. At the time, we didn't know. On the way to the hospital, I didn't know if I was going to have use of it anymore.
Oh, God.
I didn't know if I was even if I was internally bleeding. Then it would have been even worse. But yeah, I tried to backflip a motorcycle, and I can't ride one. Travis Pastrana had to let out the clutch for me. And I came off the ramp and let go of the bike, and it goes 20 feet in the air and comes back down and actually breaks the handlebars off in my crotch. And Travis runs up smiling and goes, "Man, I've never seen that done before, a handlebar break off like that." I was like, awesome.
And that's how you broke your penis.
And that's how I broke my penis.
But you can be happy if you want to.
That's it for this week. We're off to not backflip a motorcycle that we don't know how to drive.
We leave you with our final BlizzCon montage, a glorious collage of the strangest and, who are we kidding, sexiest moments from BlizzCon 2010.
Make love, not Warcraft. We'll see you next week.
It's amazing. It's nice to meet all these people who are interested in the same things as you and people who you've interacted with necessarily online most of the time.
Work into their games to make them fun, and I think that just fans really appreciate that, and you know, we see these and we want to put as much work into it, so it's a lot of fun.
Blood hell.
Constructive criticism.
Get a haircut. Okay.
Won't take that from you.
Look at that. I'm like a Lego. I'm like a Lego man. It's perfect. What's that? Now, I don't like dogs, but if I did have a dog, I would call it the Force.
I don't know what
Yeah.
mine is, sorry.
I would definitely call it the Force.
The Force.
The Force.
It's a bit of a weird name for a dog. How about
Rover? I would definitely call it the Force.
The Force?
The Force.
Bit of a weird name for a dog. What's wrong with Rover?
No, listen, think about it. If I wanted it to fetch something, if I wanted something fetched, I could use the Force. I would definitely call it the Force.
Sorry. I was like, that's not the
You fell
end of the line.
asleep.
Yeah.
Are you a narcoleptic?
A little bit.
I would definitely call it the Force.
The Force?
The Force.
Bit of a weird name for a dog. Rover, too good for you?
Well, I just prefer the Force. If you think about it, it's going to be an awesome name. It's going to be too long. I don't like dogs, but if I did have a dog, I would definitely call it the Force.
The Force?
The Force.
Bit of a weird name for a dog.
Well, if you think about it, it's... You've got to say, may the Force be with you.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's the, come on.
It's the key. That's the come on.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for bearing with us on that one.
Woo! May the Force
Okay.
be with us.
Woo! Predictably titled...
The Force Unleashed. Yeah, come in, sorry. Yeah, I'll be more snappy. I'll be less narcoleptic.
I'll be more snappy. Definitely. I'll get the snappiness. Boom. Got it.
I've heard what you like to work
I
with.
clicked
Got to
my
be
fingers.
snappy. Got to be
Gotta be
snappy. Johnny
snappy.
told me he's got to be snappy. Come on.
Okay. But it's more of a comforting journey than a seat of your seat of your trousers. Seat of your trousers.
By the seat of my trousers.
I was going to just blaze a golden trail of urine through the studio so you could find your way out.